as we do it to our children. We a mom and we hella true to it. Creating our own lane is how we move through it. And just cause it's hard don't mean that we won't do it. Now this is motherhood, I'm welcoming you into it. Now this is motherhood, I'm welcoming you into it. And just cause it's hard don't mean that we won't do it. It's the M to the O to the M again. It's the month of moms anthem. Month of moms anthem. Month of moms. It's the M to the O to the M again. It's the month of moms anthem. It's the month of moms anthem. It's the month of moms anthem. Welcome to iBloom TV. I'm your host, Majestic June, and this is the Month of Moms series, episode 1. Today we got T Banks in the building. Let me hear y'all make some noise for T Banks. Hey. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? She over here looking gorgeous. Introduce yourself to the people.
You. I'm T Banks. My real name, my birth name is Tiphereth, and I'm an art mom. I'm a creative artist. Yeah. Did I say that backwards?
That's what we do. That's what she do. Okay. How you feeling though? Today's only January 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So Happy New Year.
I'm actually feeling pretty motivated. Last year was kind of rocky, but it was a really good year for me. So I'm feeling kind of excited about everything that's coming. Yeah. I feel like I'm waiting for things to happen. So I'm just being optimistic.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's great to stay optimistic, y'all. It's hard sometimes. It's challenging, but you got to accept the challenges in life and do it. You know what I'm talking about? All right, we're going to dive into this. This is that real mom talk, art mom talk. You feel me? The first question I have for you is just kind of you letting us know a little bit about your birth story. Everyone's is different and unique, and I love talking about mine, so I know other moms love talking about theirs. So just let us know what that experience was like for you.
Well, my mom and my dad thought that I would be like the baby that saves everything, and in a way I am. I help answer questions and I find solutions and. I'm kind of like a glue for my siblings. I basically am the youngest of my father's children, and I'm the middle child of my mother. And they put a lot of pressure on me. I felt like I was the mother of the situation, but I'm very grateful of how it transpired. I feel like everybody has invested into me in a way where I have all this responsibility, and it's a lot to handle at times, but I'm learning to appreciate it. Yeah.
What if you could dive into a little bit about what you felt in the midst of labor and delivery? Did you have a home birth or did you give birth in the hospital?
I had a birth at the hospital.
Was that your plan?
It's not what I wanted, but it was the plan.
It was the plan?
It was.
Did you initially, because I know at the beginning for me, I wanted a home birth, but I just didn't look into it. Did you ever look into it and kind of plan that route, or it was just a thought and then you was like, we just gonna do it at the hospital?
I was open to everything when I was pregnant. I kind of got into a lot of programs and I found a doula, and she still keeps in touch with me, but we made a plan together, and because I didn't really have experience and knowledge of it, and she was new, we just decided hospital would be the safest route. Yeah. And she just basically supported every decision I made sure that everything I decided, she was firm on it. Because, when you're going through what you're going through, you can't always be telling people stuff because they don't always listen. She was there to make sure that they were always trying to drug me, and she was like, no, and if I wanted to do stuff, they would and they would try to stop me, she would let me do it. Well, she would tell them to let me do it. Yeah. And it was nice. We had a written agreement. She kept showing them, what it
is. She spoke up for you. She was the voice and let you handle what you were supposed to be doing. I'm pushing out a whole child right now. I shouldn't have to be vocalizing this back to back, so she gonna handle y'all, okay?
I wish I could keep her forever.
But it's dope that she's still in touch with you, and your son's 6, so that's super awesome. You build those relationships with doulas and midwives for sure.
Yeah, she's special.
Did you not do any drugs?
Mm-mm.
No, shout out to you. Yes. And how was that? How was the healing process after?
To me personally, it felt like the grandest menstrual cramp I've ever felt in my entire life. And I don't really know how everybody else takes it, but every time every time the 10 minutes passed, they felt like I was getting cramps, and I just had to breathe. Even like before it got closer to the time where I had to like push, when I was like trying to walk around to like, you know, cool it off, it just felt like I had pains.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel like much. I feel like the only time it hurt was when he started kicking, but he was kicking in a way where like he already positioned himself like he was ready to go, and he was trying to get out by himself, and that started freaking me out a little bit.
What's going on?
No, he literally started trying.
I'm running things. I'm just showing you earlier.
He tried like 5 times, and I almost panicked. It was scary.
But was there any complications, or was everything?
I mean, one of the nurses, I guess under stress, she tried to threat that it was a possibility that he would die if I didn't listen to her, because she kept trying to like turn me over, but I felt like she was being rough, and I felt like I could turn myself over, and they didn't trust that I could. And so me and her had a conversation about that after the fact, and she apologized, but it was just, I don't like being talked to a certain way, and she was being rough, and I just was like, I could do it. And I don't like the negative thoughts, because I feel like your mindset is half of the battle. And if you already are in it thinking that the baby's not going to make it, then it's like you're not really helping.
Right.
You know, and that's how she made me feel. So.
Did you have any Black doctors in the room?
No. It's funny that the doctor that I wanted, I didn't have, but she was there with me like throughout every hospital visit. And she was actually the woman who birthed me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was there for my mom. She was on vacation actually when I had my baby, so she was supposed to be the one to help me conceive my son, but she wasn't. It was another lady, but it was nice.
That's good.
She was just as sweet. You know?
I think it's definitely important to have like, when you're at a hospital and you can't like just, I'm picking this person, like you've been able to, you know, experience them and know who they are, how they are. Like, it's just good, like hoping and praying that like those people are loving, supportive. Because that's what you need, especially in that time, like to have those loving and supportive people in that space with you. Yeah. But to take it back a step, you know, before you went into labor and delivery, how was your pregnancy experience?
My pregnancy experience was kind of fun for me. I like made the conscious decision to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure how that like really affects the child in the long run. Like I'm not sure if I wasn't being honest with my emotions, truthfully, but I thought that it'd be healthy to not dig too deep into things that upset me, and to occupy myself with things that brought me joy, and to keep myself busy. And so that's what I did. Like I exercised, and I changed my diet, and I started getting more creative. I went outside a lot. You know, I started like thinking about things to do, getting into different programs that revolved around like being a mom and being about him, and even like trying to do like stuff for myself. It was a little difficult trying to find time for myself, but I like, whenever I couldn't do art, I just dived into different forms of art. And I don't know, I just feel like he took a lot of my happiness when I gave birth to him. So maybe it was a good thing.
He took all the good parts of you.
That's why I'm saying I feel like maybe I should have been more truthful to myself when I was pregnant, because maybe he would have got all of me instead of like just one part of me.
Yeah. And
maybe we could have shared that, you know, because I feel like I gave him so much of my happiness that I'm thinking about everything else, if that makes sense. It's like he's so happy for me that I don't know. He's like happy for the both of us.
Yeah, no, I really feel you. Because you said you made the conscious decision to be happy. Like maybe you were feeling so many, especially like what our hormones are hella imbalanced. Like,
no, there was a lot of things. There was like this weird thing when I was pregnant where I didn't like being touched, right? And nobody really, I never really liked being touched, but I feel like nobody really ever thinks about asking a woman for permission to just be rubbing on her. And I think that they think that your child wants to be touched just because your child exists. And it's like your child's still a person, and you're still a person too, and y'all like two people. And say if both of y'all don't like being touched, it's like the energy is so strong. So like I used to like have panic attacks because like I do like going outside, but like about 10 people be trying to touch me, and some of them don't wash their hands. Some of them are just crazy. Some of them got bad energy, and then some of them I just don't like. So it's like, why do I have to let you touch me just because I'm pregnant? And you never would have touched me if I wasn't pregnant, especially not right here. So it's like, this is like a really sensitive area for me too. And I started thinking about it like that. Like, is it rude of me to say, don't touch me?
It's, you know what? It's crazy because I was kind of scared. Like, not scared, but like I kind of felt bad sometimes to say, like, can you not, like, because I know people don't mean like harm. Like, they don't mean like they're not moving with malice intention, but it's like, you're touching me without asking, and you said it like you regularly would not touch me here. Like, this is my stomach.
I mean, probably wouldn't touch you at all, but
right?
it's like
but now
something.
You want to just, and even I don't know. Like, I think it's even kind of weird to ask. I guess not necessarily because there's a baby in there, but simply because you said like you wouldn't regularly touch me here. So it got me really thinking about that. I think that's definitely something to like sit on for moms that are pregnant. Make sure y'all speak up, okay? If y'all don't want somebody touching y'all, speak up, please. And when your baby get here, if you don't want nobody touching your baby, don't let nobody touch your baby. Because people be coming to my baby face and they be like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, oh, can you back up? I don't know where you been. Your breath, your stuff. I'm not even saying your breath stink. I'm just saying like you breathing on my child. Anyways, y'all got to back.
That is something to be wary of.
Right?
It definitely is something.
And like you said, energy too. I think that's super important. Like, I don't need you coming over here, rubbing on my baby, passing whatever you got going on onto me and my child. Like, this is a very sensitive time for us. Yeah, so. And our skin is our biggest organ. So like, yeah, like y'all wouldn't internally touch my organs, so don't be touching my organs.
True. True.
But as being pregnant, like what I want to know too is like, did you feel loved on and supported by like family and friends during that time?
My family, yes, I feel like they did everything. They did everything they could to make sure that like I felt like they basically met me where I wanted to be met at. Like I'm not really like a ask for anything kind of person. So if they see a need, then they'll hint at it. They'll like let me know that they can help me with it. And you know, if I get the courage to ask, they'll always be there. They really know that I'm more of a quality time person. So when I was pregnant, I just wanted to be in people's space. Yeah. I didn't really want anything else but to be around them. And they was okay with that, you know? So
that's good. Yeah, my love language is like touching and quality time. So I'm always like, okay, let's cuddle time, come here. Like, people kind of get irritated, but it's like, okay, I'm pregnant. You gotta let me, like, come on. I'm
like a TV show, let's eat snacks and drink apple cider kind of person. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm glad you said that because I'm breastfeeding, so apple cider has been the one for
and ginger beer.
Well, I haven't tried ginger beer, but my mom and my grandma like that.
That's like, you know, that's the bougie soda.
Oh, okay. I gotta check it out. What's that Italian soda?
I know what you're talking about.
But I like that. That's my bougie soda version. I like the blood orange flavor. But how was the father of your child?
San Pellegrino.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Bougie moment. Is it bougie because we know what we like? I mean, that's what people be saying. It's like, because I know what I like and I know what I want. I'm bougie. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it is, I'll claim it. Whatever.
It's really good.
But how was the father of your child? Was he supportive during like the pregnancy, labor, and delivery?
Not really.
Not really.
No. He was there though. It was tough for him. You know, he didn't have the best childhood, and I think that in return kind of like affected the way that he like sees parenting and just everything. Really, I hate to even talk about him like that, but no, he was very stressful, not consistent, kept a lot of secrets. And I thought that like breaking up with him would give us space from each other and like help him find some clarity with his actions. And instead, I felt like it just made him hate me. And I feel like I don't want to, but I feel like I've been paying for it ever since. And I want so much for him to like be my friend. And I know that's probably never going to happen, so I'm trying to like deal with it. he's made everything really difficult for about 6 years now. It's going to be 6 years at the end of this year. So, I just been praying, and we've been going to court, and now the judge has mandated that he do what he's supposed to do, and that we go to therapy and learn how to be parents with this child. And really, it's up to him. Though. I can't move forward unless he does something.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like nobody really knows what they're doing. I didn't know what I was doing. You know? This is why I said it's like, I feel kind of like gray about wanting to have more kids. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I definitely want more, but I really, really want to get this one right. And I know nothing's perfect. You can't just put everything into one person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to do that to my baby. But yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate you for sitting here and speaking that truth. You said, like, I don't want to talk about him like that, but I don't think that you were talking about him in any type of bad way. Like, that's your truth. And that, like, you just spoke from the heart, and you weren't speaking any, like, ill or, like, malice intention toward that person. Like, that's just what your experience has been, and it's been hard on you. Like, it's not just something that, will affect your child in the sense of, like, the other parent not being as consistent or in their child's life, but it also
I kind of wish it was like that. I wish, like, I hate to say it, like I asked for this. I asked for him to be involved. Mm-hmm. I wanted him to be around. I wanted him to love him. But I didn't think that he would be like this. So, I want him to heal. Because he's not going anywhere. And I don't want him to. I just want him to be better. Because it's not about me. And I feel like he's not thinking like I'm thinking about it. And I want him to see it the way I see it. And I feel like maybe time would help. But, yeah.
Do you feel like you're very passionate about it as you're speaking about it? Do you feel like your feelings are more so because, like you said, like, it's not about you, like, it's about your child, like, and you know that your son deserves better than what he is getting. Like, he didn't ask to come here. 2 people brought him here, and one, yourself, is showing up all the way and is clocked in 100% and is here, and the other one's kind of clocked out. So do you feel like that's why you're, like, very passionate about it, because it's like, this is what I want for my child?
Well, I feel like I don't have the right to feel this way all the time. But I do feel cheated out of an experience. I feel like I haven't been given the privilege to peacefully raise my child.
Yeah.
Or even feel good. Like, I have to be told that I'm doing good all the time. I have to be reminded all the time that I'm doing fine. I have to tell myself that I'm doing fine. I feel like for some people, they don't have to feel that way. They don't have to be told that. They don't have to be reminded. Because they see it every day. They feel it every day. Like, I have to fight to feel that. And I changed my diet for him. I changed my life for him. So it's like, I just want to be able to bring his siblings into this world and him not feel weird about me giving them everything I tried to give him. Mm-hmm. And I want them to have that. I want them to have everything I tried to give him. And I want him to eventually be able to get those things too. Yeah. I don't want him to be like his father. I don't want him to take it out on nobody. I want him to really appreciate everything. I'm sorry.
Don't be at all.
It's too emotional for me.
You done?
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't talk about it. It's not easy being a mom. It's not easy being a dad either. There's no handbook to parenting, as people have said our whole lives, as our parents have said to us. And I think it's very hard. I I can't speak from the other perspective because I don't know. I can only speak from this one, but it's very hard when you're not even when you're not with the other parent. I think when the other parent just doesn't love themselves, because you can only love the way that you were loved and the way that you know how to love. So I feel like it's really hard when the other parent, has a lot of healing to do, a lot of reflecting to do, and they're just not in a space to do so, or they're not the type of person that, like, they may never do it. I feel like that's how my dad is. So it's very hard, because then the child is the one that is affected in the long run. And then the mom is the one, like, growing up for me, like, I know I always gave my mom a hard time, but it's like, I'm not even mad at you. Like, you're the one that's been here for me. It's the other one, but I can't, like, let out my anger to that one because they're not here. So I feel like it all, like, weighs on the mom, and, like, I feel that, and, like, I see that in you. Like, not even that, like, your child's acting out or anything like that, but, like, you're just feeling for it.
He's changed. He's changed. This has affected him. He's not the little boy he used to be. He's somewhat still, but it's changed.
So is there any type of, like, co-parenting going on?
Yeah, we got shared custody.
Okay. So it's like 50-50, or?
It's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, on paper. Yeah.
That whole court thing is very interesting, because it's like once the courts get involved, I feel like they don't leave, and they kind of have, like, now a say-so.
They only leave when you get it together.
Yeah.
They will not go anywhere until you get it together. And if they feel like you don't got it together, they gonna always be there. And even after you got it together, they're gonna stay around for at least 5 years, figure it out, just to make sure it's consistent.
Yeah.
And I know this, so I'm okay with it. The way things are going, it looks like this is a thing.
Yeah.
This is a thing, so it's okay. Could be worse.
I say that too, but we still have the right to feel how we feel in our current situation. Because although it could be worse, like, it's bad for me right now. Like, this is my worst. Like, although somebody else's is worse, but like you said at the beginning, not even just because it's the new year, but, like, it's good to just stay optimistic. Did you grow up in a household with both of your parents?
At first, I think I was like 2 when they separated. My brother was 4. They did their best. I think, because they thought I was going to fix everything. I think I just stressed them out. And then my mom kind of, like, malfunctioned a little bit. And she couldn't take it. So she kind of, like, she tried to do it by herself. Then she ended up finding my dad. And, he literally, he never really left either. Like, after she wanted out the whole time. Because you know how it is when you're young and you're not ready. She thought she wasn't ready for something that she did. And so she was like, I can't do this. And she started doing things that typical young women do. And she wasn't supposed to be doing. And she ran away from home, basically. And when my dad tried to confront her, she gaslighted him, broke him. And basically he asked her if she wanted us. And he came every day to take us to school until she didn't want us no more. And it wasn't like she didn't want us. She just felt like it was the youngness in her getting to her. Like, what is he doing? Why doesn't he want to fight for them? Is he free? Is it fun? That's what she was thinking. Because she explained it to me.
Yeah.
And she left and came back like 5 years later. And made my life really weird. But I feel like she's still figuring it out. And she had my sister, and it started making more and more sense after my sister got older. It was like, at first I thought she was trying to make me jealous, but really she was just trying to figure it out.
Right.
So I stopped getting offended. And actually I was already excited that the little girl was coming. So, I feel like my mom learned to not be the person she was through my sister, because she still was trying to do stuff and it wasn't working. Like, the old tricks was not working on this little girl, and this little girl was seeing through it because of me, and she wanted to be around me. And it started making my mom realize that I can't make my daughter change for her sister. I have to change for my daughters. And I feel like we're closer now. Like, you know, my mom's still crazy, but, you know.
Did she have you at a young age?
I don't really know how old my mom is.
It'd be like that.
I want to say she was like 22, 24.
Okay.
I don't even try.
Because, you know, sometimes, like my mom had me when she was 17. I'm only 24. I'll be feeling like we grew up together. Like, you know, like.
That's how it feels.
They're just people, too, you know, and, like, they fall short and make mistakes. But I like the narrative that you're sharing just because it's not very common, but it happens more often than we know, that it's the other way around, where like the father like suits up and shows up and kind of becomes that primary parent.
Well, he kind of already knew what he was signing off for. I think he just thought she was fun. You know, he wasn't mad at her.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Are they able to like do they have a close relationship? Are they able to kind of like be in the same space?
I think they still in pain. But yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
My dad, he gets a kick out of my mom still being fascinated with him to a degree, but he doesn't do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
He never will. He doesn't really want her no more.
Yeah.
He told me it took him 5 years to get over her. So I think after 5 years of healing over somebody, you don't want to open up that wound again.
Right.
And my mama, she's been actively trying to get married and doing her thing. She's married now. You know, she's got her thing going on, and I feel like that's been her goal for a while. And you know, nobody is perfect, but I feel like, you know, the fact that she's like acknowledging stuff and she's working on it, that's enough for me.
That's beautiful. Honestly, like, we just having a conversation at this point, because I'm kind of lost in this like whole Christian fear. No, you don't be sorry at all. This is beautiful. I appreciate you like being vulnerable. Does your child have a relationship with your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of think my son likes my dad more than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying, you know.
Yeah.
Like, want to take him places. He's like, no, I'm gonna stay with Grandpa. I'm like, okay. You know,
You miss me? Like,
yeah, he's like, all right, bye. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And then he's kind of like the same with my mom.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's more willing to come back to me. He's like, all right, bye, Grandma. Mm-hmm. But then it's like with Grandpa, it's like, nah.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like if she was willing to keep him for 2 days, he wouldn't mind. Yeah, but he's willing to come back. But with Grandpa, he'll stay forever, you know.
Yeah, I think it's really dope how your son doesn't want to leave your grandpa. How I look at it is like maybe he just like really loves that male figure in his life. He's just like this is the one I want to be under. Like, Mom, I'm always with you. I love you. I'm gonna holler at you later though.
I think he did pick his favorite.
Yeah, he sure did. He shows up. It's okay. It happens. But all right, let's switch gears and get into the art mom convo. About your art, if y'all don't know, that's her art right there. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Like, we might rob her on love after this show. On love, because we need that. But really, we just need to pay her on love. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's super beautiful. What inspired that?
Actually, the song "Sun-Kissed Child."
Mm-hmm. Who's that by?
Who is that by again? It's just a touch of love, a little bit. D Smoke. Yeah, D Smoke. What's her name? She's the featured on it. I can't never pronounce her name, but it's like IGO, Agoshko.
I'm not, don't try like say it over there. What is it? You know what it is? Say it.
That's not Jill Scott. The girl who sings Jill. No.
We gonna have to add that. Like, if we could edit and like add the song in this area, we gonna have to add the song.
I had a whole conversation with the girl on Instagram.
Just a touch of love, a little bit.
She's featured singer on the song. Yeah, she's really serious about that song in particular too. That song. Yeah. That's why she's so serious about it. Like, she asked me if she could put the painting on her page because it was inspired by the hook.
That's dope.
That she sings.
That's dope. I really love that piece. That is a very beautiful piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to say her name. Ooh.
We'll figure it out at the end. I need to know the song too, so we're gonna have to slap that.
It's a really good song.
When did you start drawing? Painting, whatever you.
I started doing art entirely when I was 3. My dad, he taught me how to draw shapes, and he taught me different colors. He let me use watercolors and color pencils a lot, and he bought me books about how to draw people because I started asking about that eventually. And he made me do patterns with these shapes and made them turn into tessellations, and made me color in the tessellations. They made me do sacred geometry just over and over and over again. And that's his thing. He really likes to do. And I just wanted to do more stuff. So I just kind of incorporate some of that stuff into my art more. But it's more of my dad's thing. It really is a good foundation, though, for learning art.
Yeah. That's dope that y'all could bond on that. You sell your art, correct?
Yes.
And is that like a big part of your income? Do you have like a 9-to-5 as well?
Right now it is a big part of my income. At first I was just like a traffic director / whatever else makes money, and a full-time student. And I primarily made my school career about art so it could make sense to me, and I could like be motivated to finish and never get bored, And it kind of helps too because they pay you to go to school, so I'm feeling like I'm getting paid for the thing that I love to do the most. And Corona kind of just threw a wrench in it. There's no events to be traffic directing.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't need me, which kind of hurts because you get benefits at that job.
Yeah.
I was kind of proud of being a traffic director, by the way. But yeah, it's okay. I actually take pride in like doing this full time because I feel like it helps people recognize me more in this. I have people this year that told me, they've been knowing me my whole life. They told me they didn't even know I did art. And I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that is crazy.
Did you really know me? What exactly
my
did
whole
you know?
life,
Let's talk about it.
My whole life is wrapped around this, and they didn't know.
Interesting. So with you, like obviously you were already being drawing, painting, being a full-on creator before you had your son. So once you had him, like, did you ever feel like I'm not going to be able to go back to art? Like I'm not going to have time for this. I'm a mom now.
Actually, the year that I was breaking up with his father, I was not doing art. The following year, I was struggling to get back into it. And that's what actually motivated me to get back into school for it, was because I didn't want to lose my love for it. I felt like I was really depressed and I didn't really feel like doing anything. And that was really upsetting for me personally. I felt like I had to do something, and I had to put myself on some kind of like platform to make all this make sense. I can't just be somebody who devoted their whole life to other people and has nothing to show for it. So I was like, let me go to school. That way I can work through what I'm feeling instead of sitting in my feelings. And then I could I noticed that whenever I put my emotions into any form of art that I'm into, whether that's music or dance or just visual art, I end up, something happens. Mostly with the painting, like it takes whatever I was feeling, it takes it away. And now I can see it, but I don't really resonate with it the same way. It's not hidden the same way. I feel like that can create some form of a cancer in you to hold those feelings in. So I feel like that's my method. I use those arts to kind of like take it away, but it's not like it's like the problem is gone. And I feel like that's what school kind of did for me. It gave me a way to like make sense of my issues. I don't know. It helped.
Being an artist is healing for sure. It's super necessary. But with like, especially right now with COVID, all that going on, like you were saying, with art being like your only income, I'm assuming, is it like stressful at all? Or even before COVID, like, are you ever having thoughts of like, how am I going to provide for my child? Even like if at the moment things are fine, like do you ever get into like a stressed mindset of like, how am I going to do this as a single mom?
Often, like at least once a week. Even if everything is together, even everything is working, even if it wasn't Corona.
Yeah, it'd be still, like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know I'm like an overthinker. Like everything is perfectly fine in this moment. My child is on the boobie. If he want food, all I gotta do is boop, and I'm like, but when this time comes, how am I gonna, like, bro, that's like in 2 years, sis. Chill, be present. Like, what are you doing? Overthinking will definitely like cloud us. But how do you like affirm yourself and bring yourself back like to the present moment and like stay optimistic about financial freedom?
I have to stay in the moment. I can't think about anything in the past or in the future. I have to remind myself that I'm doing my best.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that out loud a lot. I am doing my best. And even when I'm feeling that way in conversations with people, I remind them that I am doing my best.
Right.
You know, I say it all the time. And that actually does help me, because then I know deep down inside that I am not shortchanging any situation or anybody, and that I am not sitting here like half stepping. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not doing anything wrong, and I don't need to feel wrong, and that I'm doing my best. So
Mm-hmm.
I will do my best.
Exactly,
And it helps. It helps a lot, actually. Yeah. It just kind of wipes everything out the way. And then talking about it to people. You know, I talk to my boyfriend a lot about like all the things that I'm like feeling,
mm-hmm.
and talking about it out loud also helps you realize sometimes that stuff sounds silly.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even need you to talk back. Just sit there, listen real quick, let me talk, because then I'm gonna hear myself too.
Yep.
Okay, it's all fixed. Thanks for listening. Like, I didn't even need no feedback, but thanks for listening. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I think like, especially like during postpartum, like when moms are going through all these like different emotions, I think talking stuff out overall, mom, not mom, postpartum, pregnant, whatever, like talk it out, it helps. But as far as COVID, like with everything going on and you being at home with your 6-year-old, like what are some things that you've learned to do to kind of have him burn some steam off, and what's that been like?
Well, because he's a growing boy, things have been changing. My dad bought him a phone.
Huh, interesting.
I know, he doesn't need it.
No.
But he thought it'd be a great idea. So I'm like, okay.
And you didn't take it away, so that's what's up, because you don't
No, but I don't charge it immediately.
Right.
He still doesn't know how to use it yet, and I'm trying to like figure out how to like get him to like call me and stuff. And you know, I feel like he's more interested in playing video games on it than YouTube, and I don't even want him on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I just don't think he makes use of other things. I feel like he makes everything look like a chore if I bring it up. You know, so I try to like, I don't know. I try to like make him feel like he's doing what he wants,
right.
but it still has some form of structure in it. So it's like you could be on YouTube for like 2 hours, but it's censored, and then like you can only play these video games, and you can't even, if it dies, oh well, right. I don't know what to do. And then like, let's read a book. You know, I kind of like, you know, he could pick the story. Like give him a role in it so he could feel like it's like his control.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it's any other way, he'll just like, I don't want to.
And he's smart. He's noticing, like, I'm on to you, Mom. Like, let me just play the game. I don't want to read that book, even if you let me pick it. Like,
he's not the little boy he used to be. He used to want to, like, he still likes to be up under me, but he doesn't like going everywhere I like to go anymore. He's not interested in the same things I'm interested in. We used to hike together. You know, he's not really into the same stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, my son's only 4 months, and here I am thinking, like, it's going to be like this forever. He's going to come everywhere with me. We're going to have so much fun together. He's going to be my best friend.
No,
he's going to be like, I don't want to go.
Actually, what I've been told is you appreciate all of this while it lasts, and you just get the most out of it, and, you know, don't cheat yourself out of the experience. Because it's only like that for a while. When they were like 10, they're wanting to be up in everybody's face. And my son's starting early. Yeah. You know, so.
You guys ever paint together? Is that something he's interested in? He likes art?
Yeah, I mean, back when, you know, because me and his father had issues, he was, like, not letting me see him. Back when, like, I was seeing him regularly, he would always ask me to paint. He would always want to paint with me. Since he's came back, he doesn't ask as much, and his painting has changed. Yeah. Like, he doesn't paint the same when he does paint. It's very interesting. Like, that's the only word I could use to describe it. Because, like, there's, like, this one painting he did when he was a baby. He was, like, 3. It was, like, it looked like a phoenix. And it's one of my favorite paintings. And nobody can see the phoenix. But I can. And I'm like, that is fire. Right. And then, like, he's never made anything like that ever since. Like, everything has always looked like water or, like, some kind of emotion. And now he's, like, painting people.
That's dope.
But in this kind of like different kind of way. Like it's not really like he's very, very precise. Like he was drawing a spaceship the other day before he left us, and it was really good. Like he was like starting to become like what I was thinking when I was a kid, like how my dad taught me certain things and I wanted to do my own thing. He's like starting to do the same thing, but I think he's more into like music.
Yeah. That's dope, which is another art form. So he's like, you know, my mom's an artist. Like, you definitely rubbed off on him. You gave him the happiness and the art gene. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I just got like a few more questions. Lastly, I just want to ask you, like, I was thinking about this last night. Like, what are some things that you thought would be easy as a mom and they turned out to be hard? Or you thought they was easy and it was like, this is actually easy.
Like what I thought would be easy. I thought being, I don't know why, but I thought being in a relationship with somebody and having a child with them would be easy.
Right.
And that wasn't.
At all.
And what I thought would be hard was delivery.
Was it hard or was it easy?
Nah.
It was like,
I think it's all mind. It's all a mental thing. Literally, it's like you're using the bathroom.
I keep telling moms.
And you got to time it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, okay, now, all right. Whoo, okay. I don't even know. It feels good. I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, that's how it felt for me. Like, I was scared that I actually boo-booed, like at the same time, but I didn't.
Oh, I did.
But it felt like I did. Like, it felt so good. Like, yeah, get it out.
Yeah, get it out, please.
Is it out? Like, that's how I felt. But
no, that's dope. I feel like we don't realize, like, we're like a little fearful or kind of scared up to the moment, but like, our body's built for this. Our body takes over. Like,
no, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Because in one of those programs I was in, this lady came to my house with a giant board with like, it was like 36 ways you could have a baby. And like 7 of them was like cutting you open. And I was like, yeah, one of them was like standing up. And I was like, okay, I didn't think that could happen. But it was just like, I start freaking out. Yeah. And there's like no return receipt on no baby. So it's like, yeah. No, I've been baking for this long. You know, it's got to come out.
Right. And everything got to be good. Like,
ain't no way around it.
No, I feel it. That's how it be. But our body definitely does it. So women, ain't nothing to be scared about. Your body do this. It's made for this. Lastly, I just want to ask you, like, with everything, you know, you do say that you do have some support with your family and things like that. How do you find time for yourself? Even just to simply crochet, paint, breathe, sleep, go out.
I honestly don't know if there is really time for, I think time is like irrelevant.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of take advantage of loopholes. And now that I have like a boyfriend, I feel like he helps me find those windows.
Yeah.
And my son is getting older, so he like doesn't require me as much. So I can sleep in a little bit sometimes, or I can like I don't have them every day of the week, so I can like do facials on Wednesdays. I can stay in the house on Wednesdays. I actually demand that once a week minimum. I don't do nothing.
Right.
I demand that, you know, because if I don't, then the whole week goes like in turmoil, and I'm sitting here like I told you so. I knew this was going to happen.
You needed that time.
Yes, because if it doesn't, then it's like that whole day is consumed with work, and then I have no day for myself, and then everything is crazy. Yeah. You know, but that Wednesday is my day.
Yes, I think it's necessary. Moms definitely get breaks, whether it's 5 minutes or 24 hours. You get breaks, you deserve it. Make sure you take them. But
my breaks when everybody sleeps.
Yeah, facts. And if you got a newborn, sleep when they sleep. It's really like a thing. Make sure you do it. It's like a rule. Follow it. But let the people know where they can find you at and follow you and support you.
You can find me on Instagram, real life Banksy.
Yeah.
Life with a Y. And you can find me on Facebook if you're feeling lucky. Tiphereth Banks. My name is T Banks on Clubhouse. You can find me at Hero the Cool, Heru the Cool, Heru the Cool, and that's also my website. The link is in my Instagram bio. So it's, yeah, you know, real life Banksy, like really.
This is her other painting. You know what I'm saying? In case y'all wanted to just, you feel me, see what else she could do, you feel me? And it's a lot more than where this came from, you feel me? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is just episode 1. We're getting started, month of moms. It's a real holiday. Make sure y'all tap in with all the other moms, and yeah, let's just bloom together. Let's heal together. Let's talk about it. Yeah, iBloom. We out. Peace.
Ain't nobody do it as good as we do it to our children. We are moms, baby, hella true to it. Creating our own lane is how we move through it. And just cause it's hard don't mean that